everyone. Welcome to Straight For You, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. I'm your host, Ms. Black Diamond, along with my staring eye co-hosts.
How y'all doing, world? It's good. Well, good to see y'all. I'm back. I'm back, and we're in full effect. Happy day.
Yes, it's a grand day. It's a grand day at that. And you see, I keep kind of struggling with my little hair because got the hair done. Looking all fresh for y'all. But anyway, what's the problem?
No, carry on.
I'm just saying, I gotta look good for the people, for the audience.
Look, I get it. I understand. I'm just.
Oh, because we had the little bloopers earlier.
Look, you are hilarious. You do the absolute most.
I have my moments. Y'all gonna get to know me as time progresses because this just the EP. What 5?
It's 5 already. 5 already.
We going up.
You're moving right along.
Yeah, because first I was saying gonna count down, but no, we ain't down in the streets. Going up.
Yeah,
moving on up.
Stay tuned.
Not the Jeffersons, but the Straight For You. But anyway. How you doing today?
Look, it's a beautiful day. I'm moving in expectation. Everything's great. I'm good.
Okay, that's what's good and what's going on and what's popping.
What's popping is we taking it one day at a time. Just look one day at a time.
One day, one step.
Look, making life work. Okay. Well, look, there ain't no blueprints to this thing, and we making it do what it does. We're making it do what it does.
Making moves.
Yeah, making moves, and trying to have fun along the way. Trying to have lots of fun along the way.
Bow. But anyway,
you slap. You say you slapping bitches?
Hey, sometimes you gotta slap a bitch. I'm just saying, you gotta slap. Pow. But anyway, no violence. Sometimes. Oh, but anyway,
the opinions of Straight For You don't necessarily align with. This entity, but
don't act like you don't go there sometimes.
What?
That part. See his face, that part. And now I ought to zoom in when he say, what?
Oh, how dare you.
Yes, I dare. I just did. Oh, yes. Let's move it forward because we spent some time just playing around with you guys, So guess what our Straight For You topic is today? I know you're still analyzing on what I said, but you just gonna have to get through it.
I won't guess.
Well,
don't
guess.
Tell me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway, whether you guess or not. Today's topic, y'all, and this daggone headphones that I'm almost about to throw to the streets. But anyway, today's topic is don't do me. But anyway, today's topic is being your own worst enemy. Okay.
I feel like you picking on me.
Yeah.
I feel like you picking on me.
I'm gonna be picking on you.
And I don't appreciate it. So you chose violence today,
yes.
But you okay? It's fine.
Yes. Today's topic is being your worst enemy. So how do you feel on it?
I don't even want to.
Oh, don't play. I know what you did there. For the people that saw EP4.
I don't even want to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it today. Y'all going to stop playing these fugazi games with me. Y'all going to open y'all mouth and say something. Tell them stop playing with us.
I ain't got nothing for y'all today. Sorry, I'm just going.
Y'all gonna make me kick y'all all off the street.
Okay, so for this particular topic is it actually hits home.
Okay. Talking
to a lot of people who are near and dear to my heart, I hear that a lot about myself. That I'm very overly critical of myself, and in that particular case, and I have decided that I'm gonna pursue some therapy or whatever, just to kind of hash out some of these things or whatever, because I want to get out of my own way.
Yeah.
And so to your topic, like I said, it hits home because I think a lot of us are not aware that we're in our own way or that we're our own worst enemies. I don't think a lot of us are aware of that. And, and because we're not aware of that, there's a lot of things that we do that are considered self-sabotage.
And it is self-sabotage at the end of the day, because I, for one, can be my complete worst critic. I say that. Sometimes I can be my worst enemy on my actions with others because I see the greater good within themselves, and
when they don't see it themselves,
exactly.
And you try to give them the benefit of the doubt when it's not even necessary. Is that where you're going with that?
Yes, but it also can be harming. This is what the enemy portion of me. It becomes harming towards myself physically and mentally, and still trying to cater. So that's the enemy portion towards me, and then the critical portion is I just have to, in a sense, be perfect when there's no such thing.
Ooh.
You know, so I try to like critique and try to improve as much. There's nothing wrong with improvement because you're supposed to try to improve as life progresses. But at the end of the day, I overly critique, and then that becomes a downward spiral for me because then I'm like,
you
okay,
get caught in it.
Yes.
You expect that to be the expectation going forward, like every time.
Yes.
And, okay.
Because even with this podcast, you know, I critique myself with each and every EP. I'm like, ooh, I could have smiled a little bit more. Ooh, I could have engaged with you guys a little bit more. Hell, I just told him before we even started, make sure you smile and be more entertaining, because the people need that, because so much is going on in this world. Look at him in his face. Look. But anyway, at the end of the day, you know, I definitely become the enemy within myself with certain aspects in life. I'm not a destroyer of myself, because you know you have people out here that completely destroy themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, go above and beyond a criticism, and that becomes very dangerous, and when you need to seek medical help. So in our culture, we are definitely the ones that kind of hinder those type of avenues of help. Come on now, let's talk now.
So to that last statement, I think a lot of us, goodness, how do I want to navigate this? I like
just straight for you, put it out.
And so, you know, and I get that or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is one that I'm going to be able to maneuver neutrally. So I'm just gonna have to like just go straight for. I think, especially like in the time that I feel like it's safe to say in the time that we grew up in, like a lot of stuff was like church was pushed a lot.
Come on.
For, you know, for basically for all remedies. When in reality, like church has its place, church and so on, church and religion has its place, but sometimes like that sometimes there's more.
Yeah.
So honestly, sometimes there's more that's needed. Like,
because in that sense, you don't have to talk to one. You can just talk to God.
Right.
You know,
right.
and there's nothing wrong with talking to God, but sometimes you need that like human form.
And with that, like, if prayer was just its own thing in a sense, like, please don't get dismissed.
No,
from what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If prayer was just its own thing and or whatever, like that would be that. But sometimes God will send people or whatever. He will send people in order to be like that vessel for whatever it is that you pray for. So even in the therapy, God can send, like, you know, if you allow it, or if that's what you ask for, God can allow a therapist to be that vessel that you need in order to help you to get that help, instead of it just being a prayer and or you just depending strictly on a prayer.
Yeah.
I mean, and for instance, like and I say that, and I also say that to say this, that in certain cases, like with the whole thing about like strictly depending on church, like if you know that someone's like coming after you, or like is like if somebody is like, hey, I'm finna come do you harm.
Yeah.
You don't just pray and be like, I'm gonna let God handle it. No, you still might pray, but you gonna get the hell out of there.
Yes.
You gonna get the hell
Yes.
like, or you like ideally I would like to think that a person would be like, I should probably like not be here when this person comes. Like you're gonna like, you know, do something to like, in order, or you gonna call for help or something like that.
And I definitely I can feel you on the we're not gonna make this all about religion, by the way. But at the end of the day, I feel you, and I've said this in previous life, like your example. I've said that too. Like God put certain people in your life in order to guide you and help you along the way.
Right.
And I known some people with outside my family and within my family that just strictly relied on just the word and not the actions.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So again, if God created all things to be a certain way and gave certain people knowledge, why not seek that knowledge from those people that have expert experiences in it? Because down to the health portion, you know, I pray that this ailment will go away, but you're not seeking the medical attention to fix it. Maybe God put those certain skills in those people to help you get better.
Come on now.
You know, because I'm talking from experience within the family and outside the family. Like, I had someone in my life that strictly just prayed upon certain things to go away. And it was a strong ailment, cancer. I'm just going to be frank. It was cancer. Prayed that the cancer would go away. When there's more to it than just prayer, when God instills certain skill levels in people, you know, maybe you need to go and seek treatment. Don't just pray about it, be about it.
Oh.
You know, and go with the spirit within yourself.
Ooh.
So, you know, because God knows you better than anybody.
Okay.
So you should know you. So at the end of the day, that's my stance on what you were saying as far as like the religion part. And some things we're gonna talk about that might touch a little nerve, and it may not touch a nerve. But at the end of the day, it's straight for you conversation.
Come on now.
And you know, if you feel like our stance is somewhat off, please leave a comment. You know, that's what we want. We want you to engage with us like we're engaging with you.
Hello, somebody.
So moving forward with the idea of being your own worst enemy. I also picked out some celebrities.
Oh, Jesus.
You know.
Oh, gosh. Oh, boy.
Yes, I picked out some celebrities that are currently going through some things.
Okay.
And I have a total of, I say like maybe 4 or 5. One is being Kanye West. You know, he does his things. You know, and he has every right to do those things. You know, let's not get it twisted. But sometimes you can be your own worst enemy with some steps, especially when you have amen people on your team.
Oh, yes, man.
You know, the yes men, amen, or whatever you want to call it. You know, somebody has to step along the line and be a true friend. And give a little guidance along the way. Another, the other 2 people that is like a verse. These other 4 people, I should say, are verses. Okay. Trump versus Colin Powell, and Dr. Dre's ex versus Dr. Dre. So at the end of the day, let's go with that. Who you want to go with first out of those 3 categories of scenarios that was going on currently? I'm gonna let you pick, sir. Come on now, don't be like that. Don't be EP4. Don't do that. Shout outs to Remedy. He's trying to be funny.
She gonna beat me. Oh, she gonna beat me. Yeah. Both of them gonna beat me up.
He gonna get you. He gonna get you.
2,050 cents.
Yeah, that part.
Anyway,
who you want to go with?
Dr. Dre.
Okay, Dr. Dre. And what happened with him was, you know, that his wife, ex-wife, I should say, decided to be extra petty with the cape and everything by serving him at his grandmother's funeral. Right. So that, you know, again, even though y'all already heard this story, again, I'm only on Mondays, y'all. So we gonna have to chime in when we chime in, honey. But yes, what you feel about that? You feel like that's kind of being your kind of worst enemy towards another person?
So, I think in that particular case, people have their reasons for things that they do. You know what I'm saying? And yes, you know, maybe
I'm pulling up some information.
Okay. Go ahead. It wasn't, from my understanding, like the relationship wasn't like that grand. If I'm understand, if I've read everything and if I've understood everything properly, that there was a lot of toxicity in that relationship,
and
or whatever.
It was.
And the fact that it's still like still going over now, even after everything is going on or whatever, like that. I guess that says something or whatever. But I mean, if you're gonna be ruthless, you might as well go ahead and
But dang, when would you let it go and be at peace? You know, because some things, I understand that he is not the best person in the world. Don't get it twisted. He is not the best, or he's great on certain things and aspects. I'm not saying anything against him as a man because I don't know him. Right. But just for what we see publicly, But at the end of the day, we do know he had some foul history.
True.
And
True.
with women.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it clear. He has some, and certain people, it's hard to let that anger go. And especially when they make it to the top and you feel like you are entitled to the reasons why they are up there. So
I don't. Goodness, like I said, because I don't.
At your grandma's,
yeah,
I think that's really hard.
I think that could have waited. I think that was a little. I think that was a little.
That's extremely petty.
I think that was a little much, but just as well. I too have been in a situation to where I wanted to play, to where I wanted to like do something of the sort or whatever, and I have like I've done a thing or two to where I've showed out in an unnecessary fashion like that, and didn't have like I didn't lose any sleep over it either after I had done it. So I mean,
we all are human.
Opposite sides of the same coin. Like I get it, but just as well, I'm like, damn, like
that's like beyond
like.
But he was an enemy towards her, so that caused the effect of that.
So to that, karma is real. Karma is real, and the other part of me that wants to say this, in order for I guess sometimes in order for karma to be delivered, somebody's got to be the bad person to do it. Sometimes, so
touche. Somebody has to be the bad guy.
I'm not saying be the bad guy, but
shout outs to Nicki Minaj saying that. I like how she said somebody gotta be the bad guy.
Somebody look. I'm not saying be the bad guy, but sometimes you gotta be the bad guy.
Oh, that part. So moving on to Kanye West, I picked that one. Kanye West changing his name to what? Is it
Ye? Or is Ye?
Just call me Ye.
Okay, okay. Oh, like what you want to know? I mean, because
it's so much with this guy. It's so much with him. Personally, and we all have said it before. Once the passing of his mother, of his mother. Kanye just went to another.
Yeah, he ain't been. He has not been the same since. He has not been the same since. And like positive thoughts and so on and so forth, because he's also going through a divorce as well, right?
Really?
So, yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
So I thought it was a flip. First they was going, then they back together. Then
they confused me. If I'm not mistaken, the last thing I checked that they were actually getting a divorce. So like he's going through a lot or whatever. So I at the current moment from me on the outside looking in right now, I think it seems like all he has is his children and his music.
Yeah, and that's pretty much can cause a strong stance with a person in their lives that, especially when they lose a strong loved one.
Right, yeah.
A strong loved one. Some people break down mentally. And I've had some people that I know personally have strong breakdowns because of a loss.
I've one of my friends, his I want to say his mom passed or whatever, and he said me and him, we had a conversation one day, and he was just like, a part of me died with her whenever she left here. A part of me died, and so like when he said it, like I don't get it because God, I'm grateful that I still have my mom here. But whenever he said that, like I felt that to my core. He was like, a part of me died whenever she left. A part of me like died with her. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, like.
Well, technically, to be honest, because I am consider myself spiritual. Pieces of you do pass with strong connections.
Well, okay.
But also too,
very plain then.
What the universe brings is a growth or a healing from someone else. Like one tree dies, a seed is planted, right?
Okay.
To create a new life, a new journey, and things of that nature. So, yes, a part of you died, but you gotta. I always tell people that experience those things, and not saying I haven't experienced, but the thing is, I feel like they don't want you to mourn over them.
Ooh.
They don't want you to mourn, but they want you to remember that. For me, I tell people to this day, the day I pass, because we all will, the day I pass, I don't want you to mourn over me. I want you to think about the greatness and the goodness I applied in your life to the best of my abilities. I want you to remember my smile. I want you to remember my energy. You know, don't mourn over me, because then that's when the sadness kicks in. That's when other thoughts start circulating in your mind, and then that's when the enemy, you become your worst enemy, because you don't want to thrive anymore. So best believe, I feel spiritually like when certain people pass in your life that were good to you, they were good for you for a reason. And that was their journey to be good to you, and so you can move forward and be good to another person.
Okay.
So that's my stance on it when it comes to passing. With good people. Because some people are raggedy and you be like, I don't even want to remember them. But at the end of the day, for the good ones that truly touched your heart, your soul, your spirit, they ain't really gone. They just looking after you. You know, in the spiritual way.
In the spiritual ways.
You know, and look upon those moments in time where you were with them and smile. Because the more you smile about it, the happier you get. Versus if you sad that they're gone, what happens? You start excluding yourself on a lot of things. You start just dwelling on a lot of things, and anger start kicking in to why they're not here anymore.
So do you think that that's what's going on with Kayne? Oh, excuse me. Do you think that this was going on with him?
And I think so, because he did have a strong bond with his mom.
Right.
Everybody saw that. And the way she passed was unexpected to him. But maybe in life that was her journey. That was her time for her to go, despite what happened, because it was during the process of surgery, from what my understanding was, to increase what she wanted to do with her body.
Right.
But at the end of the day, nobody knows when it's their time and how they're gonna go.
So let me ask. So what aspects of, I guess, of Ye changing his name do you think might possibly be like, I guess, in the sense of him being his own worst enemy? You think it's like for attention or
I think for him with the haircuts and all that other stuff he be doing.
I forgot about
you
that.
know, I think it's an internal battle within himself. This is me just giving my perspective on the situation on what I see. I don't know him, like I said, personally. You know, if you want to talk Kanye, what's good? But anyway,
he probably ain't gonna talk because he gonna be like, that's not my name.
Well, Ye or whoever you want to go by, because he went by Yeezy, Ye, God. I don't know. It's so many names.
By God?
I think at one point.
Are you sure?
Child, I can't keep up with it. At the end of the day, he goes by so many things in different forms, and whatever drives him mentally.
I think like Yeezy was like a nickname, kind of like, you know how like what they call like Drake, they call him like Drizzy Drake or whatever, or Trey Songz, they call him Trigger.
But at the end of the day, that's entertainment.
Yeah,
they still kept their government name.
But like Ye is like the actual like.
He changed his name, to Ye. Like from my understanding, it's just straight up. What up, Ye?
That goddamn haircut though.
I don't know. If I see y'all on the streets with that, I know y'all some true followers. I'm just gonna say at the end of the day, to have that what they call lawnmower haircut.
I don't look.
Or maybe somebody saw a comment that maybe his kids did it. You know how you do it for your kids.
Somebody sneezed or something whenever they was telling you.
That was beyond sneeze, honey. That was straight disrespect, honey. But at the end of the day, you know, if he did it for his children, Daddy, let me cut your hair. You know how some people just, Mama, let you do your makeup, and you just represent for your children.
If that is the case, like he really loves his children. He really loves his children. If his children like cut his hair and he was like, I'm gonna rock this because my children. Say no more, fam. Say no more. But the whole thing, like the change your name or whatever, like your mom gave you, you know, I'm like your mom gave you that name. Yeah. Now you're somewhere instead, like why is it like such a big thing that like
If somebody was bad in your life, I probably would want to change my name if they was not good. Because you got some people that are parents that aren't great parents. You know what I'm speaking of?
Okay,
and you don't want no type of dealings with them, even their name they gave you. I can understand that stance, but for the sake of him, like you say, his mom gave him that name, so therefore I'm like, oh, okay. If you want to be ye, yay, ye. Y'all, I don't know.
Okay, look.
At the end of the day, that's you, and if that makes you my issue with the worst enemy with him. He does so much, and maybe it's a publicity thing. I don't know, because we are keeping his name in our mouths.
He definitely knows how to stay relevant. Wasn't at one point in time he was like wearing blue color content?
Child with the blonde hair.
Look, I'm gonna just go ahead and say this, like in that particular case.
I'm still trying to get that information.
If you're a grown ass man and you wearing color contacts, you need to shit slapped out. I'm just saying, like,
I normally don't say nothing that somebody's here. Can you give me that information again? On Trump.
Yes. If you a grown ass man wearing color contacts, you need your shit slapped out of you. I'm gonna just say that, like,
everybody got their face,
like, and I understand that, but after a certain age, after a certain age, you as a grown man should not be wearing color contacts. Like, what
age range?
Look, I want to say like after 16, you should not be wearing like color contacts.
16, in your 20s.
No,
maybe.
In your 20s, no,
as a man,
no.
Females can get away with it.
Yeah, women can get away with that, but men, no. Don't, like, it's...
I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly. So, yeah, we not even...
The look on my face is like, I ain't finna lie to you.
I will clown you.
The struggle is real.
Do you see me?
The struggle is real.
I will clown you. I will straight clown you.
Be like, are those color contacts in your eyes?
My cousin, he wore color contacts. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna put his government out there or whatever. Yeah. But like, I clowned him for like the longest until like one day I saw him and I was like, oh, you took him out? Yeah, good. I take him out, man, because you know what I'm saying. Cause,
like, put him on French Street.
Right, but the thing about it was he really thought that like.
He was fresh, huh?
Yeah, he really thought he was fresh. He was like,
so
man,
yeah.
No, he was like, girls be like, is that your real eye color? I was like, you really believe that shit? I was like, do you really believe that they really like?
Some of them do be looking at them thinking that that's their real eye color.
I was like, they just want to talk to you. They just want to talk to you. I was like, you doing too much. I was like, goddamn.
Yeah, for real.
Context like your eyes.
Because one guy is a mutual friend of ours. We went out to eat. And he has real color eyes.
Right. Now that's different.
His color is like out there. This lady gonna be like, oh, I see you got contacts in your eyes, and cause she's of another race. And I was like, well, dang. So us black folks can't have color in our eyes?
Apparently not.
But that's another story for
another day. Go ahead. What's next?
So guess what time it is? Love, because we always got to be surprised with it. It's time for that straight for you outside perspective, where we're give you one female and one male perspective outside of what we're talking about, which is the featured topic.
Okay, so if I get the pick, who did anybody remain anonymous today?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the one I want. Whichever
you
one,
want anonymous.
I want whether it was the man or the woman that remained anonymous.
Well,
that's the one I want to go.
Anonymous is a male.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you thought?
I did.
You thought? Y'all saw that.
That
him being his worst enemy right now.
Wow.
Y'all saw that in the street straight.
So you chose the violence. Wow.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, carry on. We gonna cut that out.
So the male anonymous is, I almost gave out the name. You thought is anonymous.
No, you thought.
But anyway, they stated the lack of amount of self-awareness you have. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that self-awareness can keep you from performing, and you can exaggerate a weakness or a strength, which can create an issue for you.
Oh, okay.
Do you need me to read it again?
One more time for the people in the back.
Hey, you better pay attention, goddamn. But anyway, it's the lack of or amount of self-awareness you have.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that self-awareness can keep you from performing, and you can exaggerate a weakness or strength, which can create an issue for you.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a lack of self-awareness or the amount of lack of self-awareness.
Okay.
So how do you feel on the stance of what he stated?
So if I'm understanding that right, it sounds like he's saying if like you being your worst enemy like is also kind of like I guess or can also be like associated with like moving in fear and trying to overcompensate. That's what it said. That's what it sounded like.
Not really knowing yourself,
right? You sound like you trying to overcompensate or trying to sell someone like some gold plated boo boo, basically.
Not the gold plated.
Yeah, but
it's thinking
and it's still there you go. Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, you know, when's a great time? Because I know there is no time, but just to say in a perfect world, when is the time you should know about yourself? By what age?
Oh, you know, I think that's an ongoing journey. I don't think that they ever stop. In a perfect world,
what you think will be the perfect age to say, oh, I truly know myself. Let me walk the path and journey of who I am. No such thing, because it's not a perfect world, y'all. At the end of the day, example. That face right there, example. You have to continuously learn as you grow to the day you leave this planet. You know, and you should know when you get to a point of lacking self-awareness, the lacking meaning little to none, you know, you should really evaluate the people around you then.
Not even just the people around you, but yourself. But I mean,
because somebody's feeding it.
Right. So what? How do they? What is? I don't necessarily know if it's a proper quote, but what is inward is also directed out. Yeah, it's also directed outward.
If you have people that's similar to you around you doing the same old bullshit, when you gonna grow?
Right. True.
So that can make you be your own worst enemy, because at the end of the day, you don't see no prime examples of who you can be and what you should be.
Because look, let me tell you something, man. Because I'm really working on trying to get out of my own way.
Yeah, and we all are to a certain degree, you know.
To your point of like the company that you keep or whatever, like sometimes you do, like sometimes you gotta
switch it up.
Yeah, you do have to switch it up. Yeah, sometimes you have to switch it up. Yeah,
because I must admit I came to a stance where I was doing the same routine all the time until I opened up this new journey in my life. Then I noticed that dang, I was lazy as fuck.
Oh,
you know, with certain stuff, I was extremely lazy, and that can be my enemy to myself. Being lazy and just the constant. I'm not happy with the routine, so why not create a new journey along the way, a new path? So,
real quick, to jump on the back of this, shouts out to Mama Bear, Miss Stacey, because like we, before the show, we were like, her and I were having some dialogue, and one of the things that she said that I want to make sure that it's marked here is you have to be in a position to where you are willing to face your own demons.
That, and she does say that, she
says
seriously,
that all the time.
And it is true. You have to be able to look in that mirror and see you for who you really are,
and be honest with yourself.
Yes, because we're not truly honest with ourselves all the time. We want to think it's the other person's fault.
We want to play the victim.
And quick to play the victim. But if you're a person that analyzes, you can be the hero and the villain.
Come on now.
So
it's
with
all
that
all about perception.
Yes, you can be the hero or the villain for yourself. So the question is, are you going to save yourself, or are you going to keep hindering yourself?
So again, shouts out to Mama Bear and Stacey for that jewel. I had to make that present.
As you should. And we're gonna talk about her later, because she's the one, that's in doing the advertisement. So we definitely gonna have to give her a shout out. Speaking of that,
what's up?
It's that time where we give our Straight For You highlight.
It's wet
time.
The
country.
Wet time.
See how you do me? I know I'm Southern.
That wasn't even you. That was me. I wouldn't even.
You got me thinking. Then I said,
it wasn't even you. It was me.
But anyway, at the end of time, because I was like, did I actually say wet?
No, that wasn't you. That was me. Anyway,
he got me, y'all. He got me, y'all, because you know I'm country.
You thought.
I did for a minute. I was like, wet. You saw me say that. We get off track, y'all. But anyway, it's that time for the Straight For You highlight sponsors. So here we go. See you soon. Welcome back to Straight For You, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. And I have a hater next to me named Trouble.
Wow.
You know, because he stared at me because he needs to catch his life real quick.
Wow. So we choosing violence today, huh? We chose violence today, huh? Wet. Okay, so we choose violence today.
For that, I'm gonna keep saying wet.
Okay, go ahead.
So what we gonna do? What we gonna do is carry on. Don't play with me because I'll play with you, honey.
How?
Honey, don't play.
Oh. I'm not. Look, I'm not gonna play with you today.
That's what we do, though. But back on the topic at hand. The topic for today is being your own worst enemy. And we end up talking about Kanye. We end up talking about Dr. Dre and his angry ex-wife.
Ah, shit.
That's what you get. Thank you, universe. Bow.
I'm on your right. Did you spit? Did you wipe it on me? Why would you do that?
Because that's the way it is. And that's the way it is. But anyway.
34 years of chewing experience and I still bit the inside of my goddamn lip. Shit.
Because you was mean to me.
Wow. Okay.
I better be delaying.
Carry on. I'm not going to play with you.
I'm going to do it on you.
No, do what you need to do.
See, why you arguing? See, we're supposed to be right in these streets. We being our worst enemy right now.
No, I'm keeping it straight for you, okay? I'm keeping it straight for you, okay?
That's why the universe wouldn't let it work the first time.
Don't be hate all your life, okay?
I'll hate today, not all my life.
Don't be hate all your life.
Today, honey.
Today, don't look at
it. You get this hate. What?
Look, go. Just go.
I'm starting with me then. Well, I keep it going.
I'll start and I'll finish with you, okay?
Ooh, child. Where that door there? Crickets on your ass.
Wow.
Crickets.
See, this is why we can't have nice things because stuff.
Crickets.
Okay, all right. I'm on your ass. Go ahead.
What I hear? Crickets. But anyway, back to the regular schedule program at hand.
I want to do this.
Now we're going to the Straight For You. What? Outside perspective on the female. Oh, y'all gonna learn about us today because the other 4 EPs, they were like, we trying to, be all censored and shit and be like, oh, hey. Now you're gonna see how goofy we really are. But anyway.
What are you talking about?
What?
Nope.
Don't start, because I will finish. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. I'm straight for you female, and you know who it is. It's Cindy P.
Oh, okay.
Bow. Okay. And I'm going to show you her products later. Okay, she stated it equates to the unhealthy habits, self-doubt, self-control, self-sabotage. It's a whole bunch of selves, etc. So I had to put the etc. on it.
Okay.
Recognizing these things and unpacking them one by one will help you find the life that has been waiting. So should I repeat it again?
Absolutely.
Okay. She said it equates to the unhealthy habits.
Okay.
Self-doubt, self-control, self-sabotaging, etc. Because it was a lot of selves, honey. Recognizing these things and unpacking them one by one will help you find the life that has been waiting.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much y'all got a whole bunch of luggage that y'all need to go ahead and take out the bin.
Bag lady. Oh.
That sing it, bag lady. Oh, you so off. You so off.
Don't you know what? So you know what? No,
I thought
that was
like
the beginning.
This.
That was the beginning.
Okay,
like, I was
Let me know something, because I was ready. You start violent. Bob. Yes, honey. I told you I will finish it in the streets.
My beard, and you spit on me earlier. Ugh.
That far. Ooh, child, don't come up in these streets acting up. Ooh, y'all really gonna sit.
That's okay.
See me sip on you.
Do you think I get off up about that?
I see. But anyway, back on this topic. So, what you think about all this stuff she's unloading? The luggage.
Absolutely. Like being able to unload all those things, it lightens the load and allows you to move a lot more free, a lot more in a bit more of a I'm tongue tied.
Yeah, that's what you get.
You know what?
Now,
Go ahead. You got the floor. Go ahead.
Lashes. But anyway, lashes. But anyway, I'm gonna hit you with the lashes. But anyway, like she stated, when you have so much luggage of self-doubt, self-sabotaging, and all these you really gonna have? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me bring that country out. When you in these streets have self-doubt and self-sabotaging, you gonna look like you gonna have to unpack those things in order to survive, because at the end of the day, that's what the end of the day is. Don't play with me.
I don't condone this, just so y'all know.
Oh, he condones it because he right along with it. Face right here. But anyway, like I was stating before I was interrupted with the wit.
Go. Go ahead.
I am not with you. Having to unload those things are very important. Not saying that they're not gonna be completely all gone, but at the end of the day, when you try to put forth an effort of letting them free, it's a lighter.
Yeah, it lightens the load. There we go. It lightens the load. It allows you to move a lot more freer than what you previously were. So okay.
So at the end of the day, I got it. Yes. Anyway, back on the subject.
You need some joint?
Yeah, I do. Like for real. That's because you got the juicy mouth right now with all that candy. But anyway,
I mean, that's what.
Why do you have us arguing on the show today on EP5? I'm not arguing. We really love each other. This is what we do sometimes, and you're gonna see more antics along the way. I'm getting comfortable. Y'all gonna learn when I get comfortable with somebody, and I'm getting comfortable with y'all. This is tell them about me. I asked up
2 handfuls,
and he ain't talking about titties. But anyway, at the end of the day. A booty. Bow. How about that? You
I don't know. Like you had me at titties though.
Had your titties. titties?
You had me at titties. I mean,
2 handfuls of booty cheek.
I mean, I'll take that too. I'll like.
Okay.
Let me get.
You're home man in these streets.
There we go. Let me get two. Let me get like
2 orders of titties and 2 orders of booty cheeks.
For 500, Alex. Like yeah. Today is double jeopardy.
Oh,
yeah.
Clap your hands for the titties and the booty. Bow bow. Clap your hands for the booty.
Ooh.
But anyway, enough play. Not really, because we're gonna play all the time. Y'all gotta understand that. I'm finna pull up this information
know who
about
the Cheeto.
Don't do it. Don't do that. Cause you know they're gonna go hard on that. You know how he.
I give a fuck.
At the end of the day, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck.
Mr. Cheeto Puff Man.
Ooh, child, the sauce of it all on your fingers. I'm just saying.
I don't want to lick that dog. Like I want to.
Lick it.
Not that. Definitely not. No.
Child, you want to know what he said about Mr. Honorable Colin Powell?
Rest in power.
May he rest in peace. He's done quite a bit for our country, and all jokes aside, shout outs to his family and his friends for, just from my understanding, he was a upstanding man, and he did what he did for the sake of us and despite his color. And that's another thing my Wonder Twin mentioned, as far as like why everybody got to say the first black this, the first black that, and technically we already been doing those things. They just were stolen. That part, crickets. It was stolen, and other people took credit for it.
Wait, you said it was what?
Stolen. That's that part. Then let's keep it real straight for you, because at the end of the day, we have to be the first black this. We have to be the first black that. Not taking away the credit of the people that are acknowledged for this, but you got to realize certain things were already done. They just didn't receive the credit because other people took it.
So what did Trump say?
Child, honey,
he had to take the limelight for himself.
Child, honey, boo boo, and this out of his words. Ooh, let me get it together, honey, because I have to breathe. Woo. It says Trump criticized Powell's record on the Iraq War. Derided the news media for treating the former Secretary of State so beautifully after his death. He criticized them for treating him so beautifully after his death. You hear me? Said that he hopes that happens to him someday. Which is, I'm going to say it out of his mouth. Hope that happens to me someday, said Trump. He said he made plenty of mistakes, but anyway. May he rest in peace. That part. You hear me? Let's get to the last part. He made plenty, you heard me, mistakes, but anyway, may he rest in peace.
I can't. I can't with that.
It's guy. The but anyway.
I can't with that guy. I can't.
He made plenty. I have to let this sink in y'all brain. The man said the guy it's his death. He is no longer here to defend himself.
Right.
Gonna say he made plenty of mistakes, but anyway, that's what he said. But anyway, may he rest in peace.
So
go ahead. I'll let you take this reign.
It should not be a surprise whenever it comes to that fella. I ain't gonna even say his name, but that fella. It's like Voldemort. Like he who should not be named. That ordeal. But anyway, yeah, everybody right. But like, we should kind of know what we like getting from him. But yet he still ceases to surprise me. Like regardless of the fact that I know what I'm getting, and then whenever I get it, it's like, oh, surprise! Like I already knew this or whatever.
But he is an entertainer at the end of the day, and he knows what to say in order to draw people in. And he has strong following with certain individuals. I say certain individuals, and I don't
Less enlightened.
Let me hold my necklace on this. Rose Court, activate. But anyway, I'm just gonna say, at the end of the day, everybody has their stance on who they want to choose and who they want to pick. I told y'all on previous episode, it's the lesser evil for me. Because they all got a little something with them at the end of the day. But I declare war. You heard me? I declare war when somebody just downplays somebody's death and accomplishment, saying he made this situation about him. He turned a situation that's supposed to highlight the honors of a person that passed and left a stance in life, a legacy in life. And he made it. He always makes it about him some way, somehow. And the insult to injury by saying, but anyway, may he rest in peace.
Oh, I was going to say something real slick.
But you should say it. This is straight for you, so say what you need to say.
I was going to say he overcompensated for something.
At the end of the day, it's possible, because at the end of the day, it's possible because how you going to insult somebody on their death bed, that, and say at the end of the day, I hope that they give that much honor to me when I pass. Okay, I told my friend, like, yeah, you put that in the universe, because just like you said this to this man, somebody gonna say that about you on your deathbed, and a lot of people gonna be right behind them backing it up, like, yeah.
So, kind of off, but not necessarily. The Simpsons, look, they kind of be predicting stuff, and they did an episode. They did an episode about that already. Yes. So, I mean,
so we're gonna have the zombie effect?
No, not the zombie. Oh, hold up, whoa.
You said the Simpsons now.
The Simpsons, like the cartoon, the Simpsons. They did an episode of It was
when it was a breakout and everybody started. All right,
like
you don't remember that episode?
I remember that episode, but I don't want to put that out into the atmosphere. It was shit.
But you said the Simpsons.
No, I'm sorry. The episode. It was an episode where
when you remember that episode when the guy coughed in the box.
Yeah,
and had all that green.
But they was tying that to like possibly like COVID. But what I'm talking about is Simpsons did an episode where Trump like passed.
Yeah, and
so, I mean,
I ain't wishing nothing upon nobody, but I thought it was cold blooded when he said what he said. He could have just said, "May he rest in peace," and left it like that.
But like I said, like we
no. At the end of the day,
I agree.
Ninja should have said.
I agree. He should have.
And I said Ninja. The Ninja should have said.
I agree.
May he rest in peace. Be honorable about it. May he rest in peace, even if he don't like the man.
When has he ever been? When has he ever?
That's the problem. He needs to figure it out. Be honorable at least one time.
So, but that's the thing. Like he get. What can somebody like you or I tell Trump? Like, what can we tell him?
Not he got thing,
exactly. He got his head so far up his own ass. Like
Well, that's privilege for you. Been all your life privileged and don't know no better. And hell, he had a situation where he lost a lot of money and his dad just gave him more money. So to that, like, what aspects of him do you see him being his own worst enemy? But the thing is, he probably not even cognizant. The aspects of him being his own worst enemy is his stance on life. Period. He feels like he is invincible on any and everything, and we all have our vulnerabilities in life. Nobody is truly bigger than the next man, because once we all die the same way, we're not coming back. Period. At the end of the day, you can't take none of these things with us. We pray to leave a strong legacy behind that is worth something. So his worst enemy is being the enemy of everybody. Everybody. If you don't stand next to him, you are an enemy. Okay. And he says that. Pretty much. If you don't stand next to him on his beliefs, his perspectives, his understanding, I don't care if you don't have to teach me nothing.
You're a bad guy, right?
And that's a dangerous individual when they feel like they can't learn nothing. And I said that on a previous show. Then, like I said, you supposed to learn from the day you're born to the day you leave. Period.
Okay.
You can give what knowledge knowledge you have along the way, but you are not know all, see all, be above all.
Ooh, come on.
And he gives that stance like, my shit do not stink at all. You know, y'all smell it, but it smell like roses, peaches, and creams. Whatever your liking is, that's what it is. And that's dangerous. And you got people that look upon that like, yeah, yo,
that, like that,
I can eat your shit pie, and it tastes so good. And I ain't no president that I'm gonna be like eating they shit pie.
You chose violence today.
I'm just, am I wrong though?
No, you're not wrong. Sheesh.
And this me standing on, again, I picked the greater of the lesser. I mean, I picked the lesser evil when it comes to politics, because none of them have really had a strong stance with us. And y'all can say what y'all want to say. I'll go back to Obama.
Oh,
I'm gonna go back to that's the only one that came kind of close in my generation, because the reason I say that is because our people want to be like, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, and other people, he didn't look out. But how? When they literally say he had all types of forms for the betterment of not just black folks, not just Asians, not just whites, but the people that don't really have a lot of money, the lower class to middle class.
They tied his hands a lot. They tied his hands a lot.
If you want to do the research, do the research. That stuff still sitting in the office to this day. Hell, he developed a health plan to try to help us. Then he developed a pandemic plan that was taken away from us. Why you gotta be talking about politics? Go to jail. Shit.
What?
Hell, go to jail. I'm gonna go back to my little kid. Hell, go to jail. Step on the crack, break your mama's back.
Oh. Wow. Okay. And there you have it.
Am I wrong? You know, it's like when you take a stance and try to better somebody.
Go to jail.
I'm just saying.
She said, hell.
Go to jail.
Go to jail.
Shit. Don't forget that part. But I'm serious. Like, I ain't trying to ride his coattail because of his race. That's not the case for me. It's the idea of a person that tried and didn't get the opportunity. That's all. And you got this man doing all types of wildness and getting praised for the shit. Like, really?
True.
He can literally shit in a cup and tell somebody drinking, I give you $1 million. I bet you they down it. And knowing it's just all types of constipation and everything. And maybe some hints of diarrhea or corn and whatever.
Oh, God.
McDonald's shit he ate. I don't know. Wow. I'm just saying. Ooh, let me calm down.
Wow.
Child,
you chose violence today.
I think you should go ahead and say what you need to say.
Look.
Because it seems like we're having some fun today.
Boo, you got it. I can't top that. You got it.
Word.
Yeah, I got nothing.
The hell go to jail got you.
Look, I'm like a bitch with no ass. I ain't got nothing. Okay, I ain't got shit. Look,
you just like flat.
Nothing. I has nothing.
I did it for you.
Look,
yeah.
I did
that.
Yeah. I don't have no rebuttal.
Oh, y'all gonna learn today.
Ooh.
Y'all gonna learn in the future too how much I'm gonna act up. I just had to get a little comfortable, y'all. You know, at the end of the day.
Wow, that escalated really quickly.
But am I wrong though?
Absolutely not. No, you're not wrong.
If I'm wrong, y'all leave a comment. You know, at the end of the day, I ain't trying to be right in this world all the time, but I'm just going by my perspective, what I see, and what I've heard, what I've understood. You got to know the difference between right, wrong, and the in between. You know, because if this person acting a whole lot of fugazi, and I appreciate he showed it and just showed it all versus these other people that were silent
about it, right?
Yeah, they were silent doing the dirt. The only one, like I seen thus far, that really put it out there online and just gave their best to the best of their ability, not saying they was perfect, was the Obama. And I'm not trying to be biased or anything. Hell, Michelle Obama created a plan to make your kids healthy. Have a healthier diet, get better education, things of that nature, and they took that shit away. What make that make sense to me? And it's like they was, now you got me.
Before you go any further, give people your definition of fugazi, because I'm pretty sure they probably like, what is that? Give them your definition.
My definition of fugazi is extreme foolishness. You know, beyond just foolish, beyond the retarded, the stupid. And I'm not talking, you know what I mean by retarded. Don't play with me. But anyway, so
they put on a t-shirt.
Yes, the strongest of the strong. You see, the neck go back. The strongest of the strong of foolishness. Come on, stop your fugazi shit. At the end of the day,
we're gonna put that on the t-shirt.
Cause now you got me all like. Cause at the end of the day, from what I understand, what we going through right now,
you better talk to the camera.
You
better talk to the camera. You better get in there. You better talk to the camera.
I'm like this.
You better talk to the camera. Let them know.
Yes, cause you gotta think about it, like for real. They actually, not just him. They set up him and his You so funny.
You better talk to him.
Him and the people that worked under him set up a plan.
Yeah.
To give us better health care. Some type, not even better. I ain't gonna even say better. I ain't gonna even sugarcoat shit. Some type of health care for everybody. Set up a plan for a pandemic, just in case. Told your children they should eat a healthier lifestyle, have a healthier lifestyle, and exercise. Get your body strong. Get your body right.
Not right, but right.
Right. You know? Not left, but right.
Right.
And here somebody else come into office and demolish all what can benefit you health-wise.
You don't like him, do you?
It's not the point I don't like him. It's the reality of it. Because think about it. If that plan stayed into effect, we wouldn't be where we are right now. No. We didn't have to go, so we probably still had to do the quarantine, but everything would have been lined up for the pandemic. Because all the things and it's not that he knew about, supposedly, I don't know. He might not knew about the COVID situation that happened if it was the things that were going on in his terms. Because remember the what is it, the stuff that they was putting in the envelopes and what and all this anthrax and all this other different things that were going on during his terms. He just created a plan just in case we have an outbreak within our country. And this man got into office, and I'm not saying I don't hate him because I don't know him to hate him. I just like some of the things he has done. But how you going to take away things that will help strengthen the U.S. health-wise? Make that make sense to me. And we got to start paying these educators properly. That's another topic I'm going to go on in the future. Paying the people that's teaching your children. Pay them. How you going to pay all these unnecessary shit, but you won't pay the educators what they deserve? Oh, you about to get me started.
I see. Look, that's why I'm just sitting over here. That's why I'm sitting over here. Go ahead.
We went somewhere else with this, but in a sense, that's the country being their worst enemy. The country, because the people allow these people to do what they do. Because if we don't do what we need to do, be at these council meetings and voting, and they say vote don't count, vote, do something. Your voice gonna have to be heard some type of way. Otherwise, you're gonna keep going through these fugazi shits. That's the country being its worst enemy. But that's neither here or there. There's a lot of stuff we gotta have to work on along the way, and we'll talk about it, whether you like it or not. Leave a comment, and thank you. And also make sure you subscribe. But anyway, because because we went over time. We're gonna have to go ahead and get ready to get the closing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Did you want to say anything on anything? Because I don't want you to feel like I'm being your worst enemy. Talking over you.
Look, you got it. You got it.
Okay. Well, moving forward. Now we giving our straight for you acknowledgement. You see, I'm talking about proper form to our 2 videos you saw in between our show, a Straight for You podcast. Okay, the first video you saw was by no other than Stacey Kannon. She's the owner of Rise and Ruff Productions, LLC. She is the author of Cloaked, Power of the Hidden, and of course, you know, I got the book. Y'all make sure y'all cop that. It's on Amazon. It's available in paperback as well as ebook. So make sure you go ahead and get that book.
It's something about them physical copies. It's
feel that. Like for real.
It's something about physical copies.
The illustration of it, yeah. Tell me about it, because I did that. I smelled it and everything. It's real paper. Oh, yeah. That's real paper right there.
Is that paper?
Yep.
Finish. Just finish. No, just finish. No.
I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the ebook. But anyway, some fake pages.
Finish. We gotta go.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you said the ebook. We gotta go.
Yes, and you can also check out her website. Is www.risenruff. That's RISENRUFF.com. And the second sponsor is no other than moi, you know, Ms. Black Diamond. I'm the owner of A1 Perfect Entertainment, and of course the owner of Straight for You, so don't play with me. And also too, check out the Straight for You merchandise, which we're gonna be wearing some of the merchandise and feature some of the merchandise here on the show.
Stay tuned.
And you can go to my website. It's A1 Perfect Entertain. That's www.A1PERFECTENTERTAIN.com. Not entertainment, entertain. So make sure y'all go to these websites. It's going to be featured in the box below, description box below, along with our personal information on how you can like follow us. Couldn't get it out. Follow us, and also make sure you subscribe, share, and comment. Please comment. I want your comment, and let your people to subscribe. Tell them to subscribe and check out this book, Blacky Whites. Wow. Get this book. Now, don't play. Okay, now down to the last portion of our show, which is now we gotta be serious.
Okay.
It is now time for the Straight for You positive quote. The positive quote today is by an anonymous person. And it says, train your mind to see the good in everything. Positivity is a choice. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Again, it says, train your mind to see the good in everything. Positivity is a choice. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. So make sure y'all keep that in mind. You know, try to train your mind to think positive, because it truly helps. Because the more you think about it, your behavior changes. You begin to smile. Try to smile more. Whether you have to look at a picture, look at a video, or just think internally of something that made your day, and it will change your day.
Okay.
So with that being said, let them know where they can reach you real quick.
Look, y'all. Well, is MasterCard everywhere you want to be? Which one is it? It's one of those. Yeah. Look, I'm everywhere you want to be. Trouble on there for all things social media, from Snapchat to Instagram, to Facebook, and you can catch me here.
Yes, and that's going to be in the description below. And also, you can follow me on Facebook, Straight For You Podcast.
Oh.
And you can follow me on Instagram. That's Ms. MZ _Black Diamond. On Instagram. Come on, follow us, sister. Come on. And again, subscribe, my people.
Like, share, and subscribe.
I appreciate you looking, but can you subscribe for a lady? Thank you. But anyway, I appreciate you and our comical moments, because we're going to have plenty more on this EP5 going on 6 next week.
Stay tuned.
And yes, by the time Remy will be here.
Oh, okay. Shouts out, yeah.
Yes, so we definitely going to have all 3 of us on here one day.
Oh, boy.
And it's going to be continuous after that.
That got some hands.
Supposedly.
Ooh,
it depends on how the schedule goes.
That got some hands.
Hey, at the end of the day, y'all take care. Y'all have a wonderful day or night, whatever you view. Hey, welcome back to Straight For You. Well, we had a situation where I forgot to mention my hairstyle, who Cindy Page is the stylist for today. See this creation, this masterpiece, this crown. And she also has products that she sells. Also, and look at the hater next to me while I'm fixing my crown, okay? Because, we all got haters somewhere. But anyway, this beautiful oil. She has a bundle. Yeah, you want me to put some on your hair to help it grow? But anyway, she has this nice oil. It smells very good. And she has this nice growth oil, which, we can put a few drops on your head. And if you want, on your mustache. Not your mustache, but your beard.
I'll leave. I'll fucking leave. I'll do it. I'll leave.
At the end of the day, shout outs to her, and you can go on her website. It's twistedlockbar.com. Again, that's twistedlockbar.com. Make sure you get her products now, because they smell great. If you're trying to grow that hair, this is the stuff. It smells real good. You want some? Oh, okay. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Have a great night whenever you're watching this, and we'll see you soon. Hair growth, peace.